Welcome back to Whitt Acres. Today we're going to be digging, splitting, and planting flag iris out by Mumbles Pond. Now we just had a brief shower come through, but it's mainly been dry here, and I wanted to get a few things done here before the rain really came down. I guess we're starting to get some lightning too. Huh, Pup, where'd your cousin go? We might have to get your rain jackets on. Maverick! But we're getting some thunder and lightning passing by. Maverick! Come here. You don't need to be over there. Come on. Now, since I was expecting rain today, I did get started on digging up the iris yesterday. So I already have a wheelbarrow load of flag iris out by the pond to get planted, and I'm thinking today we're gonna do some planting by boat. Huh, Pup, I don't know if you're gonna join me for that, because I'm probably gonna have to be leaning over the edge, and you don't need to be getting all wobbly and such. Huh. I know you're gonna want to join me, but you might have to hang out with Maverick on the bank. You pup. Now, if you've been following along, you know we recently planted some flag iris in the koi pond here. We have some more to dig up out of the island garden that volunteered, and we're gonna get those ones planted out at Mumbles Pond. And the flag iris is not only gonna be good at holding the dirt in the bank in place, but it's also gonna be good at filtering out the water. So I do want to get a lot planted out there, so I'm gonna throw you back, get you caught up with what we got dug out and with what I just got picked up from my brothers. Oh man, you ready to do some work? That's not work. Maverick. Mav, I think that's gonna work out for now. My brother has this pile of dirt he dug up here, and whenever he digs at his property, we get a lot of rocks. This is all just shale in here. So I was picking through this pile trying to get a bunch of rocks that I can put on my pond bank. It's definitely not good to have rocks in your ground if you're trying to build a pond that's gonna hold water, but the rocks are definitely gonna help hold the bank in place now that we have a pond. And I can probably pick some more out of here, but I think this is gonna be good for now. All right, Mav. Ugh. Come on. Huh, Pup, you ready? Well, this isn't good. It's already starting to rain. I gotta try and get these rocks out to Mumbles Pond. I don't wanna have to try and track through the mud. So we're just gonna take them right out there. I'm just gonna shove them out next to the pond here, and then I can place them where I want them after. But it looks like we might get some heavy thunderstorms here for a few minutes, so I'm gonna try and get out here before everything turns to mud. Hey, Dabbles. We'll put them right here on the corner. Pop. Oh, it is thundering over there. It is crackling. Hold on, Pups. It's about to hit hard here. I'm just gonna try and shove all these rocks off. I don't have the GoPro, so I might not get it on camera. But I'm just gonna throw them all out of the bed here. And then hopefully we can place them after the rain's done. We got a big pow out here and it's raining. I don't think it's supposed to last long, so we'll be right back. I'm Mav. I'm Pop. I know, I got all wet. All right, it doesn't look like we got too much rain, really just enough to knock the dust down here on the road. I was able to get the truck in here and out of here without tracking any mud. And now we have a pow of rock here we can get on the pond bank. I'm Pop. And I'm mainly concerned with this bank right now. I want to try and get this completely covered up. Don't worry about it, Pups, just a killdeer. It'll keep Maverick distracted. But we started to get some volunteers transplanted on this bank, but we need a little bit more than just some plants to hold everything in place. Because every time it does rain, we just get this dirt washed into the pond and it's keeping it this muddy brown. So to try and get this cleaned up, we need to lock in all the dirt around the pond so it's not washing in. And then I can try and load the pond up with some hydrated lime so it can grab onto all these floating clay particles and drag them to the bottom. Pop. So we're going to be using these rocks and we're just going to try and cover up this whole bank here above the water line and a little bit down into the water. Just like I already started to do here with a little bit of rocks that I had left. But we have a big wheelbarrow load of flag iris here, some bigger clumps and some smaller clumps. And I want to get some of these planted on this bank as well, in between all the rocks, but I want to get these into the water so they can start filtering out the water. I don't want them just on the bank, I want them into the water too. And I also want to get some planted over here next to the spillway. We might even try and get some planted on that steep section. I want to get in the boat and I want to try and get to some of these harder to reach areas. So I might even throw some down around water's edge there around the willow and the waterfall. And we'll also get some planted in the back area too. But it looks like it's trying to rain again, Mav. Come on, I didn't get your raincoat yet. Don't chew on that. Come on, Pups. We'll get you all dressed up and then we'll get out here for some works. Don't bite, you pup. I don't think this is gonna last. It's pretty much blown over. We're just getting the tail end of it anyway. I'll get the GoPro. Oh, and look at that. The sun's already coming out. We might get a rainbow. Pup. All right, Mav, you're all set up, bud. The sun's out, so I don't think you're really gonna need your coat, but I did want to see you in it and see if it fit. It looks like your belly's a little bit too big though, bud. Maverick, stay. Stay. Yeah, your front works, but your belly isn't strapping. You got a little bit too big of a belly, bud. The Velcro doesn't fit. I don't know if I can, hey, quit biting me. I don't know if I can extend this at all, but yeah, it's just a flap. You can't connect it. You're too big, pup. You got too big, but you got a raincoat. I don't know how well it's gonna work for him. Mav. The sun's coming out, so I think I'm gonna switch that out for his life vest because we're gonna be out by the pond anyway. And I think the rain might be done. Oh, Mav. There you go. You gotta try out your raincoat. But I think the rain's done. All right, now you're ready for the pond. Come on, Mav. Pup, I think I'm gonna start with some of these rocks. I wanna see how far this pow's gonna go. Can I put this in the water? Is that a good idea? Good boy, Echo Pup. You keeping an eye out for the birds? We got big vultures flying over and Echo Pup's keeping them away. Huh. What are you doing? Hey, you're supposed to be a mute. You're not supposed to make noise. And you destroyed one of Echo's soccer balls, you mutt. Come on, Pop. Quit. Don't bite. Don't chew on my crock either. Come here. Calm down, you wild animal. Hey, don't bite. But all right, we were able to clean up all the rock here and get it moved onto the pond bank. Unfortunately, it was not enough to cover this whole section. Oh, Mav, I see you there, boy. Hopefully I can keep Mav from knocking all these rocks down into the water. I'd rather him just use the ramp I have here or the beach section over here. But he's a little wild animal and I can't quite get him to use the proper entrances. Huh. All right, quit destroying Echo's balls. But all right, we're mostly getting this bank completely covered up here with stone. And like I said, I still have more up at my brother's I can bring down to finish off this little section. They're still a little bit loose on the bank here, but they are going to start settling into place. And I know it can get a little bit tedious doing small things on the pond here, but this is a very large DIY project and it's going to take me a little while to get things done. But I'm enjoying the process and I hope you are too. Now you might be wondering why I'm using this shell stone that breaks apart easily on the pond bank to hold things in place. And the reason I'm using this stone is because I have access to it for a very cheap price. All I have to do is pick it up and bring it down here. And since we have a Pennsylvania pond here, it keeps it all natural to use local stone. And I like the look of it. Now Pop. But all right, we got all the stone taken care of, bud. It's time to get planting. Yeah, see, you use the ramp like you're supposed to. Good boy. Yeah, don't go floating off anywhere. Nope, you can't step over the ramp either. Stay on the ramp, bud. Yeah, you're a good boy. Maverick, don't touch the water. You'll turn into a gremlin, start speeding all around. You mutt. And to back up my plan here, I did do a couple of test buckets. So we have 2 buckets here with just straight pond water in them. This is my control bucket. I took some pond water out and then I just left it in this bucket undisturbed. And we have about 5, 6, 7 inches maybe of visibility. But you can see this bucket all the way down to the bottom. And the only difference I did with these 2 buckets is this bucket I added hydrated lime, about a golf ball sized clump. So I'm not sure what the ratio is of a golf ball sized clump of lime to 5-gallon bucket of water, but that definitely helped clear things up. But it's only going to clear things up if we can stop the dirt from continuing to go into the water. Hence all the rock. Huh, Pops? Uh-oh, it looks like we might get some more rain. But all right, we still have about 6 more feet to cover on the bank here. And then once we get the bank covered, I am going to start getting stone down into the water because this is a shallow area. So I want to try and lock in as much dirt in place here that the ducks have access to so they don't stir things up. I might have to buy some limestone gravel for that though. I don't think I want to cover up all the shallow areas with shale just in case you're swimming in there or trying to walk through the shallow area. That can be very sharp rock. Since the shale breaks apart so easily, you can have a lot of sharp edges, so I don't really want that down where you're going to be walking with your feet. I really don't want anybody walking on the steep bank here, so that's not going to be a problem. But for the shallow areas, I'm thinking I'm going to have to put some limestone gravel in there. The limestone's going to help leach into the water and keep things clean, but it's also going to help lock the dirt in place, and then once the dirt's locked in place with the limestone gravel, I can bring in some pea gravel and cover it up, and that's going to be a nice bedding for the fish whenever they want to breed. We are going to have fish in here eventually, so we got to think about the whole ecosystem. But all right, we got the rocks planted. Let's get the flag irises planted. Pop. Mav, we got the bigger chunks planted back here in the garden, and I am trying to get some of these started out into the water so they can do some filtering and they can offer some coverage for the fish once they get in there. And what I did was throw a rock on the root ball, and hopefully that's going to hold everything in place until the roots start growing again and they can grab the soil and hold it in place. They're just tall enough, so hopefully they can get going there before they get drowned out. I put a big one here in the corner, one over there in between the cattails, one over here with the cattails, and then we have a nice row here on the outside of the log. Hopefully those are always going to be in water. Whenever I planted these, it was a lot more wet up here. We're actually a little bit low right now, but you can see this stream is just trickling in a lot of water from behind Goat Mountain. And I did put a little sprig there in the tributary. Try and hold everything in place as the water flows in. And you can see it's not a lot. We don't have a natural spring feed in the pond, but it does seem like we have a seep in this hill. So we're getting a little bit of water, and I'll take all the water we can get. Yeah, look at all that water back there. It's a huge puddle. All right, we got these planted into the garden box. Let's see what we can get planted from the boat. Although they are calling for heavy rain and thunderstorms in about 14 minutes. We might have to wait. I don't know if it's gonna rain here or not. It's a little iffy on the radar, but it does look pretty dark over there. According to the weather app, it already started, but I don't know. I guess I'll give it a few more minutes. I don't want to get caught out there on the boat in the rain and the thunderstorm. And it's starting to rain. All right, we'll give it a few more minutes. I don't think it's supposed to last too long. We should still have enough time to get this done. We'll wait until after, and we'll get these planted. Can't go out. Safety first. Come on. Oh yeah, it's starting. Oh, the geyser. Gorgeous. Come on, pups. Mav, you're not supposed to be playing with golf balls. Those are Echo pups. Take cover, little broilers. It's gonna rain. Come on, pup. Well, I think the rain is pretty much done here. We still have a little bit of dark clouds, and it definitely cooled off. But I think the majority of the storm has passed, so we should be able to get out on the boat and get some of these irises planted. And I'm going to start by getting some planted around the bottom of the rocks there that we just got set. And if I don't plant them all there, we'll go out a little bit further and get some more planted. And I'm going to set the GoPro out here for the first section. But I also have the strap to mount the GoPro to my head so we can get some good up close and personal footage of getting some planted out further. And hopefully I don't move my head around too much and get you guys motion sick. I don't really have a chest mounted camera. That might be a little bit better so I don't move my head as much. But we're gonna get these flag irises planted at water level, and we're gonna try and get some good footage of it. Huh, pup? You staying on land? Okay. I don't know where Mav went. Alright, we got the irises loaded up. Let's get all these planted. Be right back, Mav. Hold on, Pop. do you think, pup? Does it look good from there? You do. It's looking good from down here. I'm getting these planted right at the water's edge so they'll suck in some nutrients once the ducks start putting them in here. And I just have some small sprigs here and I'm able to just shove them into the soft soil pretty easily. The hard part is keeping the boat still because I did not drop an anchor. Pup. But that's starting to look pretty good. I am liking it. I have a few more tiny ones here. I'm thinking I might try and put over by the French drain where it enters in. And then I'll go back over to shore, pick up the rest of them that are in the wheelbarrow by Maverick, and we can try and get them planted out there next to the waterfall and the willow. Pop, we're about to wreck. We're wrecking. Looks like the storm is passing over though. We'll have time to finish. Hold on, buddy. No. You stay there. I'm not here to pick you up. You stay up there. I'm just getting blown off course by the wind. Hold on. I'll meet you at the harbor. I'm not trying to pick you up right here, pup. We're still planting. Hold on. Rev. I don't need you to jump on the boat just yet, pup. I'm trying to plant. Hold on. I just want to get a couple in here right where the ducks are going to be dabbling. Try and lock things in place with the roots. Hold on. Stay next to the bank. I see you too, Mav. Just getting a couple of these little ones planted. Trying to pull myself in with the rocks. There we go. That should be good. There we go. Just a couple little sprigs right. Hold on, pup. You don't need to jump in yet. Hold on. I'm coming to pick up some more. No. Nee. Los. Rev. I'm going to go to the boat harbor. You can come with me for the next ride. Hold on. Rev. I'll be right back. Rev. Don't try and jump. Zit. Life. Sorry, Mav. Hold on. That could have been bad right there. Hold on, pup. You can come on the next ride. I'm going to get out. I'm going to grab more irises, and maybe we can put the GoPro on the head cam. Pups. Mav. Maverick. Hey, Mav. There it is. Good boys. Alright, Echo Pup, it's just us now. Maverick went home. Looking good down here with the irises we just got planted. Got a few more little ones over here by the drain. And now we're going to load the rest up and we're going to take them over there past the waterfall and get these shoved into that steep bank. See if we can try and get some of these roots to hold that together. The grass is already growing over there. I just had to run up there and break up a fight with Rufio and Dorian. Luckily, nobody was injured. Oh, Mumbles. I see you with your man. You birds. All right, I got the head strap here. We'll see if we can get some good footage. Hump up. Uh-oh, it's starting to rain a little bit. Coming, pup. Load up. Good boy. You gonna stay up here or you gonna get to the front? You gonna stay right here or you gonna go to the front? Up, up. Over. Over. Oh, you just stay right here? All right, Z. Well, you can't. I can't row if you're on this side. You're gonna have to go to the other side of the bench. Up, up. Over. Over. Come here. Good boy. Zit. Zit. There we go. That's what I wanted. Good boy. Blythe. Let's go get these printed. Or planted. Let's go get these planted. We're not printing anything. Blythe. Zit. Zit. You got a zit, pup. Yeah, you got a zit. Are you comfortable? See if we can get these planted in the rain. It's already raining on us, pup. You had to have your life vest on instead of the raincoat. Sorry. Please don't tip us over. What are you doing? We're gonna fall. Zit. Okay, you can sit right up next to me, pup. I'll figure out the rowing. I'll figure it out. Blythe. This is probably really good footage, pup. If you sat in the front of the boat, people could see you. All right, you can't mess up now. It's deep over here. No jumping around. Oh, 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 oh. Gotta go kayaking. Gotta go kayak style. There we go. You're okay, pup. You're okay. We're just gonna pull right in here to the willow. There it is. Nice and sturdy. Right there. Now, where's all my plantings? Right here. I don't know what you guys can see. Hopefully it's something. I'm just gonna shove these. Oh, you can see the willow roots. Look at all those. Those are willow roots coming out. It's probably helping hold the bank in place. But they're all over. Okay, that's good. Well, let me see. See if I can shove a couple of these roots in, just into this wet soil. Oh, hold on, pup. You're okay, pup. You're okay. You're doing great, pup. Life. You're doing great, pup. Life. Okay, doing good so far. Doing really good. Good boy, puppy. All right, I'm gonna take us a little bit further around the willow. It's still raining out here, if you guys were wondering. We're just gonna kayak the rowboat here, because Echo Pup's in my rowing space. This is working, pup. Life, you're doing great. Oh no. Life. Oh, puppy. Every time I push one into the bank, I get pushed away from the bank. We're gonna have to back into this spot. Let me spin around. All right, let's back right into this spot. Perfect. All right, this is working. We still have a bunch over here, pup. Oh my. Hold on, don't move. Life. All right, let's work our way over here to this edge. There we go. Okay. You're good, pup. You're good. All right, this is difficult. Ugh. You're doing great, pup. Good boy. Hold still, pup. Let's try and stay in the middle here. What's your plan? What's your plan? Standing up, stretching your legs. All right. I got to get back to that bank, try and get some more on the edge. This is working. It's just a little hard to stay on the bank whenever I'm pressing them in. So we'll give Echo a little break here, and then we'll get him sitting back down so I can get over to the edge. You're doing great, pup. Sun's coming out again. Gorgeous day to be on the pond. All right, Zeke. Good boy. Good boy. Not life. There you go. Laying down. Good boy. Oh, jeez. You're okay. You're okay. Ah, bife. I can't get any more on this bank here. It's just a sheer drop right there. Zeet. Zeet. Hold on, pup. But we got a nice little grouping over here underneath the rock. And we have more back in the garden area. So, looks like we have Virginia creeper vine growing out of this maple. Guess that'll be interesting to see what happens there. Nice little grouping. Echo, you're gonna have to eat a little bit longer, bud. A little bit longer. We got a couple over by the willow too. Oh, you can't sit on my lap, bud. You're gonna put us all on one side of the boat. All right, Echo's gonna sit on my lap here. Can you see that? You pup. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. You just do you, pup. Stay still. We'll get these planted over next to the harbor. You're okay, Blythe. I won't put you underneath the waterfall, pup. Don't worry. Going for a boat ride with my pup. Huh. Not yet, not yet. All right, pup. I think you can pretty much hop off. Up, up. You don't want to get your feet wet. You puppy. Yeah, I'll just plug that one in there. Hold on, I'll get you out of the water. Life. Life. All right, pup, that's the best I can do. Up, up. There you go, good boy, up, up. There it is, good boy, puppy. We didn't wreck. Good job, we got them all planted. Oh no, we have one little iris left, pup. We gotta get this planted somewhere. Hold on, pup, I'm coming too. Ugh. All right. I'm just gonna plug this in over here by the drain. Perfect. Huh, Pop? Good boy, Echo Pop. You were so good out on the boat. Yeah, even though you wanted to sit right next to me. Yeah. Alright, well, we got our plantings done from the boat. We have all the flag irises tucked into the edge line that I can get. And these are all yellow flag irises, so we're going to have a nice pop of yellow color out here by the pond. And they're going to look great here with the creeping Jenny once it fills in. And the forsythia in the spring whenever it's blooming. We're going to have a bunch of yellow out here with some splashes of purple from the columbine, lupine, and irises. But we got a few more planted in the harbor there, and they might actually get moved whenever I add rock to the harbor. If you guys haven't realized yet, this is going to be the boat harbor, and I am going to be setting it up so we have a nice safe harbor for the dogs and the boat. We're going to be setting some rocks where those sticks are so it outlines the shallow end, because as Maverick found out, right after those sticks it drops off into some deep water. But I need to get some of these large stones set in here with the backhoe, so we're going to have to wait till it's dry enough for that. And then I need to fill up that whole shallow shelf with some gravel so we don't have mud stirring up every time we go in, or whenever the pups go get a drink. Huh, pup. But all right, guys, that's going to be all for this one. We got some more plantings around Mumbles Pond, and hopefully we got some good footage off the boat. If you want to keep following along with everything here at Whitt Acres, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that like button before you leave, and you can see me and Deco on the next one. Thanks for watching.
Good boy.